Hi guys, rwplm here. Today I'm going to show you my parkour world. Now, those of you who do not know what parkour is, it's kind of like an obstacle course for jumping. This little demonstration I'm giving you here is probably the easiest it could get. Just imagine it's more dramatic, jumping from item to item. This world starts out incredibly easy, and it slowly, gradually gets harder and harder, putting even some of the best skills to the test. Uh, so I'm gonna go ahead and start off. This is the spawn area. I figured out exactly where it was, and I built a wall around it. Now, do remember when I start this, I always put it on adventure mode with hard difficulty. So I filled each one of these chests up with 3 pieces of steak. These are all starter chests, so when someone joins this world, they can grab some steak and eat it without having to worry about starving to death. And I always do keep a close eye on them to make sure they don't break the glass. First obstacle is probably the easiest it could get. Well, it could get easier. It's basically fence posts with water. And as you can see, I just failed right there. But mainly because I'm not even trying. If you fall, it's impossible to get back on unless you start from the beginning. So, there's not really anything lethal here. And when you do make it past, if you fall, don't worry because, well, it's rigged to where you can't get back unless you have flying ability or you break something. Now I have daylight cycle turned off, so it's permanently nighttime. And that means beds are checkpoints. Now there's this obstacle here, which again gradually gets harder and harder. If you fall off the glass, you will die from one of 3 things: burn to death, try to swim in lava, or you hit the ground too hard the higher up you get. Now I'm not gonna do this whole thing. Now this goes all the way up to here. That's the second challenge. Another checkpoint with more meat. Keep inventories on, by the way, so if you die, you keep your steak. Now, if your aim is off right there, you will hit the ground and die. So that can take a few tries for some people. As you notice here, there are 2 buttons. That button does nothing at the moment. I'm going to send the minecart down. Push that button, and it brings the minecart back. So people can take turns on this. Another checkpoint here. Now this took a lot of fiddling around, especially after they made TNT harder. As you can see right over there and right there, it kind of self-destructed. And I've blown this thing up multiple times trying to make it work. But now I think I got it perfected. It'd probably help if I turn on TNT. Now, as you see, it shot me up. I can't go any higher. These ladders here caught me so I don't fall straight back down to my death. Come into this little room here. Now, sometimes it malfunctions and it will shoot you maybe this high to where you can't reach that point and you'll fall back down and die, but luckily there's a checkpoint there. Another checkpoint right here. Now, this can get a bit confusing if it's your first time. And I missed. This is lapis block, and from up there, it almost looks like water. I put it there to confuse a lot of people who are on here for the first and second time. Another checkpoint. Now this time, you got 2 ways to go. If you go this way, if you can make it past this, there's poison there, which as you can see, I've just been poisoned. If you hit that, oh look, tons of mobs spawn to kill me. And as you can see, there's tripwire here. Oh look, more mobs here to kill me. And it's blocked off. So this is a misleading way to where someone tries to go in here, they're always gonna die every time. And if by some chance they empty all the poison out and all the mobs eventually are fought off, if they do get over here with no mobs, basically there's no way out. So this is the real way to go over here. And if you time it just right, you can just run straight across this. Usually I time it wrong, so I just take my time right here. I'm just gonna fly up this so you don't have to watch me jump. Some ice and gaps so you can fall if you're being careless. Another checkpoint. Now, I call this the Bridge of Illusions, because if you're not careful, there are pieces of glass missing. I've had people not realize that they're missing pieces of glass and they'll run and fall right through it. Now right here is a very, very good example of parkour. I add some ice just to make it that much more challenging. If you're wondering why I put all that in fire, it's so that you can't jump down there and skip like 5 courses. I also add that one right there, right in front, so it can psych people out. Now right here, there are 2 ways to go. You can go that way, which will take you through the maze, or you can go this way. If you can survive this, make it through this alive, all the way over to here, you get to earn your freedom. I've actually watched a guy, he kept doing this over and over and over about 20 times until he finally gave up. Moving on down here, checkpoint bed, because there are multiple ways to go. Now this is originally a cave system I found and just went off of this to make a maze. Of course I've added a few of my own little ways to go, but most of this is just an already pre-existing cave. Come over here. A lot of people usually don't see these, believe it or not. They'll walk over them. Oh no, lava! If you continue on, try to swim up through the water, all the water in the cave systems are blocked off at the top. If you try walking over these again to shut off the pistons, they have multiple buckets of lava, so that really won't work so well. Now that one, you know, it sucked it back up because it randomly dispenses, but still. So that's more of a trap for people with slow reactions. So you look here, there are 2 ways to go. If you go this way, oh no! And it blows stuff up. So yeah. So that's not the correct way to go. So you come down this way. There's a bed here, another checkpoint in case you don't want to go through all those things again. Now, this is where it can get a bit confusing. So, I'm just going to show you the traps mainly. I'm not going to show you every single way. If you fall down here, ring bell for service. Well, obviously, there's nowhere to go. So, I'm going to ring the bell for service. And, service first. Oh dang! Okay, sometimes it can break and have continuous TNT falling down. Let's see. This goes so many different ways. I do have most of it memorized though. So you come over here. This is a ravine I found. Blocked it off because I don't want to have to, you know, pass through all that. If by some chance you make it to this ladder, it ain't gonna do you very much good because it's blocked off with glass and the ladder doesn't even go all the way up. And you gotta remember it's adventure mode, so you can't break stuff unless you have the right tool. And if you make it over here, that just dead ends. If you guys are getting confused, don't worry. I'm just gonna skip to the good juicy parts. Let's see. If you come, where is it? Through here. Stupid. Take off my flying. Alright. Oh, there's a pressure plate there. Now I'm locked in. Where do I go? Well, that could help. I made these obsidian steps so you can make your way out. I did make sure that that doesn't blow into any other parts that could lead out. This is the actual way out. If you come through here, most people aren't getting all those pressure plates. As soon as you step off, boom. There was a sign right here, and that sticky piston grabbed the block and pulled it, and there was a whole bunch of signs connected to each other. They instantly despawn, and all the sand falls into the lava. As you can see, the sand is still right here at the bottom. But this right here, you have to keep a close eye out. There's a button. You push that, that's your way out. There's that ravine that I was just in a minute ago. This is a bridge going across the top of it. Checkpoint. Now we're back into the parkour. A lot of people, believe it or not, make a mistake on that right there. They usually jump too late or too soon. Another checkpoint. Now this is the same as the second obstacle, except this is made of ice, and a lot of people slide right off and die. If you do make it to the top of this, another checkpoint, and this is the same as the first obstacle, except lava, meaning if you fall, there's no, which I just fell, there's, no, just walk back and get in. You're gonna burn to death and go straight back to the checkpoint. Another bed here. Now this is another one of those drop in the waters, except it's very hard because it's only one block. Right here used to be the very end of the obstacle course, until a friend convinced me to add more on, so I did. Oops, let's take off flying. So you jump on top of these ladders. You can stand on top of ladders. A lot of people don't know that. I actually didn't know that for quite some time. My one friend, he can never do that. He dies about 50 times. Another checkpoint. Now that piston right there, I actually had to slow that down because I actually had to slow this piston down because it used to go super fast. And the funny thing is, right here, like, if people would hit this, they would keep jumping, and they would land right here and stop too late and fall in here and bypass the checkpoint and have to start over there again. And I've actually been one of those people. Now this area here, I got this idea from Pac-Man World 2, PS2 game. I'm sure a couple of you people out there have probably played it before. I added the moving parts that go up and down and the wall pieces that move in and out. But it was one of the lava levels with the red ghost, one of his levels. So when you make it through that, you got this. Now I kind of got this idea from Maze Runner. You basically just gotta climb around and make your way through. And if you fall into the fire. And you can't just walk up and start climbing. You have to jump up to start climbing. And odds are you're gonna burn to death if you do fall down. And then you make it to here. Now, we were gonna add something here, but we never did. Another checkpoint. Now, this right here, my friend made it. It was supposed to be when you hit a pressure plate, these dispensers start shooting flaming arrows at you. And that was too complicated. We tried different techniques, and like, you know, it was either too easy or too hard. So we tried adding skeletons that will spawn at the top, and that just caused even more problems. And so we just made a thing where you gotta run down it. That's probably the easiest obstacle of them all. Next checkpoint. Now come here, and you got all these trees. The goal is to get to the highest tree over there. And as you notice, you can climb up the vines, but I've blocked it to where you have to jump from tree to tree. So you basically gotta hop your way like a monkey from tree to tree until you can get to over here and climb up the vines on this tree. Come up to the top. Now this is what you've seen earlier, where I put all this fire here. So you can't jump down and land on this. There's a checkpoint right here. Now you come over here and it's a very long way down, but don't worry, there is water at the bottom. You fall down here, another checkpoint. Now this is one of my oldest things, and one of my older parkour worlds. But my one friend, he always messes up on this. Now this part, I'm just gonna fly right through it. It's a water elevator. Brings you back up to the surface. checkpoint. Now this is just for retards. Okay, if you walk through it, you'll probably get smashed in the end. But if you run through it, there's nothing to worry about. Now this, my one friend can never make it past this. It's very tricky. Push up against and go. Push up against and go. If you don't time it right, that can happen. And this one is a bit slower than this one. Now this right here is the final obstacle. Incredibly hard. And you have parkour from fence post to fence post. So when you make it to that, you're moving. And first try. What the hell? I just made it first try. I've never done that. I'm not even flying. There can only be one winner, so when you walk over this, it blocks that off. And look there! A neat little fireworks show. There's an ender chest, because a lot of my friends have stuff in the end. Now when you make it this point, you get all your privileges, you know, and you can wander around, do whatever the hell you want. And everyone else is an automatic loser, because now this is blocked off. So yeah, that's pretty much the entire obstacle course. If you guys have any ideas to make it better, please let me know. I hope that I've inspired some of you out there to watch, whoever watched this. I'm also curious to see if any of you guys have any parkour worlds like this. I'm curious to see it because I love getting new ideas. A lot of my ideas get from YouTube and stuff. Watching half of the things on this parkour world were ideas that my friends gave me and stuff. So I do hope that you've enjoyed watching this video, and please do have a good day. Bye.